Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to York City where we are just on the day of the playoff semi-final first leg against Sheffield Wednesday. Crystal Palace have taken a 2-1 advantage over Sheffield United in the other one. And despite the fact I've spent the entire season saying I don't want to be in the playoffs, I don't want to be promoted, all of a sudden I'm feeling incredibly nervous about this. I suddenly really want it. It's way ahead of schedule. We're going to get demolished in the... Mind you, I thought we were going to get demolished in this league. And we finished 5th. So far. So hang on, I want to check this season preview again because we do continue to inch up the listings every time I look at it, just obviously because our young players are developing. That's the reason for that. Watford remain at the top of 64. As they started this season, I think they ended up comfortably right in the middle of the table. One thing worth mentioning here though, I've just seen it myself. 14th place, Sheffield Wednesday 26-1 to get promoted. Reading were 9-1, Leeds were 2-1. They were first and second. Sheffield United in 5th at 8-1. They're in the other one. Crystal Palace 5-2. Third. They're in the other one. So they're fine. Third and fifth. That's accurate. This side of the playoffs is very much between the two teams that weren't expected to be here. Sheffield Wednesday did finish a good 10 points ahead of us as well. The fact that we're actually not the biggest outsider in these is... I'm finding it hard to compute, if I'm honest. Middlesbrough, by the way, had an absolute shocker. They were right down the bottom. There's the other match, just to prove that, by the way. They finished 10 points ahead of us, partially because they won the matches against us. I think one of these is a friendly, actually, and I think we drew and lost to them in the league this year. That is a fairly big suspension. No idea who these three players are and how good they are, and whether or not those injuries are important. Now, for these playoff semi-finals, the homegrown nonsense and stuff like that is still in effect. The good news is, at the end of the year, we do get 4 more homegrown club players. Doesn't help us right now, though. The team for this remains actually the strongest team I have available to me at this stage. Dutra's in goal, Davila, Borges, Edgar, SHOWDOWN. Quick mention, Borges, I mentioned it last time, listed as dreads playing in big matches. Of course, he scored in the crucial match against Stoke that got us this playoff position. Team of the week. I need better coaches. Gonçalves, Nissel and Squires in the midfield, Madeira, Eversback and Shot up front. 15 goals for Shot now. I'm glad he found form eventually. Why do I have a team that just defy everything that's told of them? For better or for worse. Nissel, outperforming. Hugh King, underperforming. Borges, thrives in big matches. Here's another one for you. Oh god, I'm suddenly really nervous for this. We're only 77 episodes into a series that started in the Vanarama North. Sorry, just got interrupted by Siri, who decided that I now need to start playing North Star. Thank you, Siri, for that. Anyway, yes, so we've only spent more than 1 year in one division so far in this series, and I mean, reputation-wise, finance-wise, we're going to really struggle if we get promoted here. So, no matter what the outcome is, I think I'm going to be okay with it. Like, obviously, if we don't get promoted, that's fine, we can build. If we get promoted, I suddenly kind of want it. It's going to be interesting anyway, if we do. Come on, lads, do the run, whatever, words. I'm sure the actual words I'm giving them are better than the words I'm trying to give you right now. Okay, then. York. At home, Sheffield Wednesday. A playoff tie made in Yorkshire. And so far, 23 minutes of this game have gone by. There have been 5 shots in total and no highlights for you guys to see until now. Eversback squares it all the way across to Madeira in a very risky move there. Shot is played through. Shot smashes at Sluga. Regains the ball. Davila backwards into Squires. Dispossessed and highlight over. Byron Davila with his 10th yellow card of the season. I think that takes him out of this second leg. Good time for Burrows to be getting back into fitness because I think we're going to need Shaw on the other side. 1 highlight in that first half. 1 highlight. I may end up having doing the second playoff part if we get through to it in this episode. At the very least, if we don't get through, then it gives me a little bit more time to talk end of season stuff. Avenge. There's the motivation. Right, a sea of green, and some of them are motivated. Can we just get a highlight? By the way, not that it matters. Obviously, Shot is the striker we have that is in some sort of form. Point proven. King got injured as well, so I was kind of worried because Nissel took a 1 to 2 day knock 3 days before this match, so sometimes those can linger on like an extra day in terms of returning to fitness. Doesn't seem to be the case. He's okay to start. King wasn't. He took his 1 to 2 day knock 2 days before this all kicked off, and he isn't back in time. Not that it matters. But we're going to start with Shot, and he scored. So, good news. But Cook, Adrami across to a Walker on this near side. 8 versus 88 to 18. All of the 8s. Walker across. Harris has equalised, and I didn't even check before this. If away goals matter, there's one for Sheffield Wednesday. David Harris, 3rd goal of the season. Considering his positioning there, I'm really hoping he's a right back. Otherwise, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. Yeah, good header. In the goal it goes. Number 7, I don't think he's a right back. I think he's, 3 goals for his attack. Their attacking midfielder. I mean, that's the time to get your 3rd one. If you're not going to be prolific, that's the time to do it. 17 minutes to go with a very palindromic time on the clock. What do we do to change this? No one's lower than 6.7. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what's going to change this match? Shot scored. He's motivated. All 3 of these guys are motivated. Madeira is arguably the weak link right now. 6.7. It's not bad, but it's not. It's technically the worst rating on the team. And he's not motivated. He is composed. Davila's nervous. Nervous and booked is the one thing I'm looking at right now. So off comes Davila. Bit of a risk, considering he's one of our best players. But on comes Burrows. Can't risk a nervous player on a yellow card in a playoff match. Chow moves forward on this left-hand side now, as we've swapped him over. Finds Evers back. 2-1. And that might have been a stroke of genius. Now, obviously, I just made a joke about the fact that was their attacking midfielder's 3rd goal of the season. That's Ebersbach's 5th. Has spent large amounts of it out of the team, though, with injury. Maybe that's the case for that. Maybe that's the case for their player. I don't know. And all of a sudden, Shao with the assist from the left-hand side after I've moved him over there. I'm not going to claim football genius, but, just... Okay, they're attacking again. Harris, don't you dare get an assist on top of everything else. Oh, that was close. I'm looking at Nacelle, 68%. Ebersbach on 69%. Fitness, I think, is the thing we target right now. Nacelle, 7.0. No assist or anything like that for him so far, as far as I can tell. Maybe he did get the assist for the first one. But Ebersbach on an 8.3 makes me think it might have been him. Carter comes on for Nacelle just to freshen that position up, and Lee Tao will come on for Ebersbach to freshen that position up. The 2 most tired players on this pitch that I can replace are being done. So that was English. I'm fairly certain it was there somewhere. 91 minutes on the clock. There's a highlight which we're getting the better of right now. The great ball from Madeira to Shot there. I'm not sure what their defender was doing. And, should have been 3. Should have been 3. I mean, 2-1 only really helps us if it's a draw on the other side. A 1-0 win for them would have been exactly the same situation over on the other side. I mean, they'd have been looking for the 1-0 anyway, I'd imagine. I'm going to say don't get complacent. It's confused a couple of people. Always does. It doesn't say anything about away goals. It just says extra time played if scores the level after 90 minutes. I don't think away goals matter. By the way, something amusing, at least to me anyway, has just come through on the news feed. And it involves these 2 clubs, Sheffield Wednesday, who of course we're playing right now, and Fulham. Earlier in the season, I think I brought it up in an episode, that I saw that Scott Parker had been poached by Fulham from Sheffield Wednesday. And I'm pretty certain it was this week here, where Sheffield Wednesday were top and Fulham were on the bottom of their decline at this point. Fulham have just sacked Scott Parker again. And to think he could have possibly got promoted with Sheffield Wednesday, I do wonder, because this is Fulham under Scott Parker going up. Admittedly, they faltered towards the end. Sheffield Wednesday did alright without him, in fairness, but they did end up a 4th, after leading for quite a long point. What could have been? What could have been? Anyway, what a great time to get our first win against Sheffield Wednesday, though. Right, away goals or no away goals, our prerogative in this match is exactly the same as it was in either situation. Draw or win. Basically, don't let them win. Exactly the same in our side of things. The sell on 90%. Davila hasn't actually been banned from this match. I just wonder if they'd ignore that at this stage then. Because I'm pretty certain 10 yellow cards is the trigger point for that. But, okay, maybe one of them... I think it might have been 10 cards for the season. It doesn't necessarily mean there was 10 cards in this division. Could include cards in the cups, I guess. Which does mean we get to go out with exactly the same team, or exactly the same team that I said was the best that we have available to us right now. Obviously with Velasquez's ongoing injury. 4 months away. He's back in September-ish then. Oh, it doesn't actually make the start of next season. We started on positive. I'll change that as soon as we get in. I expect... Oh, that wasn't a great team talk. Okay, we got some motivation. We got a little bit of happiness too. One person, Davila, is just keen. Just sat there going, "What's that, boss? What's that, boss?" Okay, got you. Anyway, there's the corner. They nearly scored. 14 minutes in, we've already had two more highlights than we did at this stage in the last game. There's fallen. Oh, good. Words. Someone's offside. That was a weird highlight. It was sort of threatening for about 30 seconds without going anywhere near the goal. Just bounced off various players. And then eventually there was an offside involved in it. Anyway, Davila now on this near side. Still on this near side. Madeira. Davila. Is he offside? The weird movement if he wasn't. Ebersbach heads over. It wasn't offside. That was great play by Davila in the end. Terrible play from their right wing or right back, whoever was supposed to be tracking him there. Just abandoned him entirely. That being said, there are still 4 shots. Well, technically one less shot at this stage of this game than it was last time round. Garcia. Shalabar heads over. We are getting highlights, but they tend to be a bit rubbish, really. Well, thrilling. I didn't actually take it off positive, I'm pretty certain. But we'll do in the second half now. See this tie out with a lead intact, motivated focus. Great. Add a bit of balance to that, and hopefully, look at me getting all anxious over this playoff that I didn't want the entirety of this season. Garcia gets past Davila. Still going. No one's trying to close him down. That was the worst defending I've seen all season. And that includes the Millwall and Bristol matches. Like, we're supposed to press them. Like, normally, pressing them brings its own issues. This time, doesn't bother. Just lets them go through. 1-0, and if away goals mattered, this would be a problem. I suppose we might be about to find out if away goals actually are a thing and if they do matter. I do notice that Shaw is quite tired. Shot. I mean, he's not, like, massively tired, but he is notably more tired than anyone else on this pitch. Giselle, Ebersbach, Squires, shots there. 1-1, away goal, cancelled, regardless. Like, imagine if Victor Shot had been like this in the first half of the season. We probably would have won the damn league. Squires, shot, bang. Like, when he gets that ball to his feet, since January, that ball has been in the net before you've even managed to blink. The viciousness of his shots is ridiculous. No, he's 73 minutes gone nearly. Madeira's on a 6.4. I'm going to take that one off. Shanley comes onto the pitch. Now, Alonso, the player that we got in January, has just learned English as well. So, obviously, Madeira and Alonso will be occupying that position next year. And there's far more homegrown players for that not to be a problem in terms of personnel too. So, the other one I'm going to make is Burrows for Shaw, one of those players who will be homegrown club next year. Davila. Yeah, so we'll be able to have a lot more substitutes available to us that aren't homegrown nation next year, just on the back of that. Part of the reason why I'm having to persevere with Shanley on the bench for the time being, even though I would quite like to have Alonso on there just for development purposes more than anything, giving him some game time. Nacelle, Ebersbach. I mean, Shanley's a good player. He's going to be one of the best players for England, I predict, even though I probably just stifled his progress this year by not playing him all that often. Anyway, Badrami, Adekanye. Yeah, Newcastle haven't got mad at me for his lack of involvement, really. So that's something at the very least. Squires, clears. I think that's safe to say. I think now we get Lee Tao on to see this out. It's exactly the same substitutions basically as I made last time in terms of the people coming onto the pitch. Squires has made it 2-1 in this game as well, with his, now accurately, 4th goal of the season. Good to see that's tracking properly again. Like, the game's stressful enough. It doesn't need to make me think I'm losing my mind at certain points, as it did with the Squires situation a few episodes ago. They've got a free kick now, and nearly a carbon copy. So I think we play the second leg before the other ones play their second leg. It's weird how they do this. Nobody gave us a chance. Literally one place behind them in the league. I mean, that should say something. 1 goal, 1 assist for Squires. Alright, so we'll just see who gets this other one. Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. Hoping it's Sheffield United because they did finish 10 points ahead of us as well. And it would be kind of a tragedy if neither of them get to the final. Convincing. 4-2. Glad one of them did. I kind of feel a little bit sorry for Sheffield Wednesday in that regard because they were 10 points ahead of us. Like, over the course of the season, that's a full 3 wins and a draw better than us, which is quite a wide margin. And we just, rock up and knock them out in a best of 2. So, Sheffield United playoff final. I'll see you for that one, and that will be up on Saturday, tomorrow. See you there. Ta-ra.